Hi guys, I'm Lucas and I make videos on my journey of self-growth and implementing healthy habits. I get inspired to just live this type of Zen life by the way I used to live. I was living a life that was highly unscheduled, a life that I was just floundering out there, to be precise. So this is my YouTube channel and I'm more happy to share my journey and my life of growing and implementing better habits with you. So don't forget to subscribe and be sure to turn on the notification button so that you stay tuned on the videos that I upload later on or all the time. So let's get into today's video. So today's video is about scheduling. At first, when I used to think about this topic, I was like, scheduling? Am I supposed to now schedule every minute of my life, have things to do all day long and be super productive? Or do I just need to put in the important stuff, and when I'm free then I don't need to do anything? So it's hard enough to schedule in our normal lives, meaning that when we are not in quarantine. So now the question is, what do you do when you're in quarantine? Do you still continue with your regular routine? Do you still continue scheduling your life up? Or do you just sleep the whole day like me? Let's get right on to the tips. How to create an effective daily schedule that actually works. So I came up with these tips based off of my previous experience with scheduling, as mentioned. So first things first, all the time, whatever you do or whatever habit you're trying to implement or anything in life that you're trying to do, you need to have a why. Why are you doing that particular thing? You need to have something to fall back into just when you lose track or you feel unmotivated. I knew for myself that my why was to enjoy the things that I'm doing and to live in the experience rather than speed pass or go through the experience in such a quick way that I will not even remember the experience. So that was my primary why. So the first things first, you need to start with your why. Why are you trying to implement a schedule? How is it gonna help you? And also, what are the long-term benefits of having that particular schedule? So tip number one, start with your why. So now when it comes to creating a schedule, the things that you might want to consider is, one, your schedule needs to be well-rounded. It needs to be well-rounded. It cannot just be work and not rest or entertainment. Your three pillars of life, the mind, your physicality, and your spirit, they have to be included in your schedule. How are you taking care of your spirit? How are you taking care of your body? How are you making sure that your mind is in focus all the time? A well-rounded schedule for me, when I started creating my own schedule, it was basically, okay, I have things that are more work related, like school, academics, assignment and stuff like that. Those are the things that I have to do. I literally have to do it. Those are not electives. Those are the things that I need to do. I need to get done by a certain deadline. So I include those things first. I put them in my schedule first. I always make sure that I give myself time just in between assignments to do anything that is not school or work related at all. So that's the first thing. Know what you have to do and be precise with what you have to do, and make sure that you leave a little bit of slots in between the things you have to do to devote to either rest or to devote to entertainment. Because taking care of your well-being mentally and taking care of your mind is it'll actually help you to focus on the tasks that you have to actually get done, that you actually have deadlines on. So in the long run, it's just helping you focus better. So make sure that your schedule is well-rounded. And to just summarize the first point, well-rounded, make sure that it evolves around work, physical activity, and creativity stuff. Like if you are a singer or you have a skill, include that in your schedule. If you're into yoga, try to include that in your daily schedule, because making your schedule as diverse as possible, it will give you some form of like air to breathe in between, and you won't just be having like headache focusing on one thing. Now the second tip is to have your schedule more breathable. That's how I like to describe it. Having your schedule more breathable means that you want flexibility in your schedule. It doesn't matter, even if now you're in quarantine, you can still make your schedule more breathable. Like know when you go to sleep, have a constant time that you set to go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day, and include some form of like flexibility in your schedule between your tasks as well. Like just leave maybe about 30 minutes in between tasks, like to just give yourself time to transition into the next task as well. So that is basically the benefits of having like a breathable schedule. Like it helps you transition onto the next activity, so that the emotions of like the previous activity does not actually affect what you do next, right? So under this tip of like breathability, you could think of it as in like the whole ideology of less is more. So now coming to my last and third tip. So you need to pick a calendar tool. Be mindful of a calendar tool that you actually pick. Like I started off using Google Calendar, and I would just schedule everything on Google Calendar, and after about a month, I found it really overwhelming that like I would always get reminders all the time about the things I put on my calendar, and when I actually didn't do something, it would make me feel some type of way not actually having done it, because like I was like, oh my god, I put this stuff on my calendar, I should have probably done it, or stuff like that. So now I'm really mindful of the calendar tool that I use. You have options. There's Google Calendar, there's iCalendar, there's a bullet journal, and there's also a weekly planner. I have what I call my window planner, which I'll show you in a second. But I just made also my calendar tools more well-rounded. Like I only use Google Calendar for anything that has to do like with things that I need reminders on, whether it is attending a meeting, whether it is being at a specific place at a certain time. I put it on Google Calendar. So basically Google Calendar, I leave that out for events, right? And I move on to my window planner for tasks that I have to do on a daily basis. So like I know that okay, I have morning tasks, so I include on my window planner, which is divided into 3 categories, which is to do, in progress, and completed. So I check it every day, where like I would include things that I have to do, like assignments, or like filming a video for instance, or typing a certain document, or getting things done, right? So I would include that on my window planner. I would put everything on the to-do slot, and as I do that particular thing, I would move it on the in-progress slot, and when I complete that task, I would put it on a completed slot. So I found this way of using multiple calendar tools to actually do stuff much more effective, because I know that for Google Calendar, that's for events. I'm literally, head focused that Google Calendar only for events, and the window planner only for the tasks that you have to do every day. So here's how I would make a video on how I plan my day, but to just give a quick insight on what actually goes into my window planner, like I also include some stuff that I want to do, like watching a movie. I put it on the window planner because that's also a task that I have to do for my wellness and just like being. I put like physical activity on my window planner, and I put off like work related stuff also on my window planner. So guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts below on how your quarantine kind of scheduled or unscheduled life is going, and don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell to stay notified whenever I post a new video and to stay tuned all the time. Let's keep in touch. So see you on the next video.